Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best 4K gaming monitors.
Starting at number 5.
Gigabyte M27U27. If you're looking for the best budget 4K gaming monitor, prepare to spend more than other budget gaming monitors because even entry-level 4K gaming monitors still cost a bit. If you're interested in that, check out the Gigabyte M27U. It's very similar to the Gigabyte M32U, with the main difference being that it has a smaller screen and a stand that doesn't offer any swivel adjustments. While the M32U and M27U have terrible local dimming features, there's more blooming on the M27U, which is disappointing. Luckily, the M27U improves on the M32U in terms of gaming performance as it has a faster response time at 60 Hz and an overclock feature to increase the refresh rate to 160 Hz, which is slightly higher than the 144 Hz on the M32U, and this helps provide a somewhat smoother gaming feel. As a cheaper alternative, you can get a 4K monitor designed for everyday use, as something like the Dell S2721QS is decent enough for gaming. But with these types of monitors, you won't get fast response times and high refresh rates.
Coming at number 4.
Gigabyte M32U32. You can still find some good 4K gaming monitors as you move down price categories, and the Gigabyte M32U is another excellent choice. It's a step down from the Sony INZONE M9 regarding picture quality because it has a worse local dimming feature, and blacks look gray in dark rooms. If dark room performance is important to you, there are other models from Gigabyte in the same price range, like the Gigabyte M32UC. It has a higher contrast ratio for deeper blacks, but it still doesn't get as bright as the Sony and has worse motion handling than the M32U, meaning the M32U still offers the best performance for the price. The M32U has everything you'd expect in a 4K gaming monitor with HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, VRR support for a nearly tear-free gaming experience, and a fast response time. It also has a few extra features, like a frame rate counter and a few virtual crosshairs that your game's anti-cheat tool won't detect. It includes a dashboard showing all the vital information from your PC, like the CPU and GPU temps, memory, and other helpful information to improve your overall experience.
At number 3.
Sony 27-inch INZONE. If the LG 32GQ950B is still too out of your price range, something like the Sony INZONE M9 usually costs a bit less and offers excellent performance. It's very similar in features and performance to the LG, but it doesn't have an overclock feature and has slightly worse motion handling. However, it has better picture quality than the LG because its full-array local dimming feature is alright and helps improve the picture quality in dark scenes. However, it still isn't as good as the Samsung Odyssey Neo G8S32BG85 for that. It's an excellent gaming monitor as its HDMI 2.1 bandwidth lets it take full advantage of gaming consoles and high-end graphics cards. Because it's a Sony product, it also has a few features you can only use with the PS5, like Auto HDR tone mapping, which optimizes the HDR performance according to different games. Speaking of which, it displays a wide range of colors and has great peak brightness in HDR. If you want something that gets even brighter in HDR and has a better local dimming feature, consider the INZONE 27M2V, but it can sometimes be harder to find.
Number 2 of my list.
LG UltraGear UHD. If you find the Samsung Odyssey Neo G8S32BG85 too expensive and prefer saving money, check out the LG 32GQ950B. It has a 32-inch screen like the Samsung, but it's different in a few ways. It has a lower 144 Hz native refresh rate, and while it has an overclock feature to go up to 160 Hz, it doesn't work with all sources and is sometimes unstable. It also has worse picture quality than the Samsung monitor, as without mini LED backlighting, the local dimming feature is worse, and blacks look gray in dark rooms. Luckily, it gets very bright in HDR, and highlights look vivid. Besides those differences, it's still an excellent 4K gaming monitor with HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, so you can use it for gaming with any HDMI 2.1 device. It also has remarkable motion handling at high refresh rates, meaning there's minimal motion blur, and the response time remains fast even at 60 Hz. If you find its 32-inch screen too big, consider the LG 27GP950B, which costs slightly less but has a somewhat worse response time.
And number 1.
Samsung 32-inch Odyssey. The best 4K gaming monitor we've tested is the Samsung Odyssey Neo G8S32BG85, a fantastic gaming monitor with a 4K at 240 Hz refresh rate. While you still need a high-end graphics card to reach its max refresh rate, it's at least a good choice if you plan on upgrading your PC and don't want to buy a new monitor then. However, if you don't want such a high refresh rate, you can also consider the Samsung Odyssey Neo G7S32BG75, a very similar monitor with a 165 Hz refresh rate instead, which also tends to cost less. In terms of the Neo G8's gaming performance, motion looks incredible thanks to its fast response time. It also has native FreeSync variable refresh rate, VRR, support and GSWNC compatibility to reduce screen tearing. It supports HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, so you can easily game with the PS5, Xbox Series X, S, or any other HDMI 2.1 compatible graphics card. Another advantage is its excellent picture quality, as it uses mini LED backlighting to produce a decent local dimming feature. Combined with its high native contrast, it displays deep blacks with minimal blooming around bright objects.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.